So you need to avoid this. Okay, so you need to pick and reject the poor quality work and pick only the work which is the best. And if you think that that particular work is not enough, recreate it. Okay, redo it. Okay, if you have to redo the sketches even after your project is done because the earlier sketches were not enough, they are not attractive enough, then don't put it. Okay, because nobody is going to give you credit of tons of work which we have done, which you have done. Okay, so you only present the best work, and if it is not there, you create it. Okay, so this is the second most important point, that not putting all the work. It's a very wrong practice, normally what people do. Then the third thing is the creative process. So the flow in the portfolio is very, very important. Okay, it's the most important, I would say. So you don't only put the finished product in the portfolio, but we would like to see how it has been evolved. Okay, so we would like to see the doodles, thumbnails, a little sketches what you have drawn probably while having a coffee, or the ideas which are there, which you have done overnight somewhere. Okay, so those things normally tell us your thought process and how quickly you can make multiple proposals, diverse proposals, and not only going in one direction. So that is through that only we can read your mind. Okay, so this is the third important point, the creative process. Though we learn the creative process in our education, but each personality is different in terms of accepting those creative process and putting it on the paper. Okay, so those are only visible through those sketches. If you show only the final product, they all look same. Okay, so you have 4 students who are working on, say, making a blender, okay, or vacuum cleaner. Okay, so you will have a nice 3D rendered done in computer, modeling done in Alias, or rendering done in Maya, or etc. But then they look all same. We are not interested in that. That is one part of it. Okay, that should be there, the final thing. But then we will see the iterations or the doodles, whether the person which we are hiring or we are investing in is going to do the variety of the proposal or not. So this mainly will be seen through that process. Okay, so that's why don't avoid doodles. But when I say put doodles also, if they are not good, you recreate it for the portfolio. Okay, because over the period of time, some of you all are BDS student, or you have a MDS course. They are all BDS, right?
So they're both
Right now, Pankaj, on the call we have our BDES students, MDES students, as well as BTech. And within BDES, we have product design. We've got user experience design and communication design. And on MDES, we've got product design as well as communication design.
Okay, so MDES is normally 2 years, right? And BDES is 4 years, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so for example, I take BDES student, then it's a 4 years course. Then from the first year, second year, third year, and fourth year, you will see the improvement in terms of quality of sketches, quality of work. Okay. Similar things happen in your final year also, that since the beginning of the year to the end of the year, you will evolve. So some work probably you have done at the beginning of the year, you may have to recreate, okay, for your doodles or thumbnails also, because your sketching ability has improved. Okay, so don't just put the scanned work which is done at the beginning of the year. It's not going to work. Okay, so you put only the best one or recreate. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Then I go next. In the best portfolio practices, what are the do's and don'ts while making the portfolio? So mainly this is from the student point of view, how it should happen. So your portfolio should be a communicative one. Okay, when I say communicative, because when we are looking at you, So we are not looking at your only projects. Okay, we are looking at you as a design personality. So designer will be always designer. That means he should have an eye in everything, a designer's eye. So when I will look in the portfolio, then I will see whether the selection of the font is there, carefully done or not. So this I will not see in detail, but because I'm trained to see those things, okay, with designer's mind, it will be judged without even thinking. Okay, so whether the placement of the font is correct, whether the font size is correct, whether there are multiple fonts or not. Okay, so these are very minute things, but those will be also judged. Okay, first thing first, the layout. Okay, so I will come to the layout. I will show you some examples also. The layout, the proportions are attractive or not. Normally, okay, I have seen all the three portfolios. None of you have used, bigger landscape where your width is bigger than the height. If you use those kind of a proportion, it looks quite impressive rather than more, squarish or length to breadth 1:1 or 1:1.25. That doesn't work. Okay, if you do 1:2 kind of a thing, okay, it looks quite impressive. I will show you how it will make a difference. Okay, but now this font and the layout proportions, that is the most neglected part, because people think that they can put in everything, they can make 20-30 page portfolio by putting everything and send it. Okay, I have gone through Behance and I have seen some of the work also. Because you are putting over there, once it is going out of your hand, it is available to world. Okay, so please don't put any sketches you don't like it. Okay, so once they are there, somebody might have seen it. Okay, and that has already made an impression. So even if you read it after, it will take a lot of time to change the impression. I tell you one small example. Okay, I won't name the person. Who has approached, but there is a guy who is approaching me for last 10 years. Okay, I get his message on LinkedIn about his portfolio almost after each 2 months. Okay, but his first portfolio had a made impression in my mind, not to even go through it again. Okay, and last 10 years he's trying to send me, and his comment was, people evolve. There is a lot of good work I have done, but then in my mind I have seen his work earlier. Okay, and which was not at all industry standard. Okay, so even if I go through his work, whether it is improved or not improved, it has made an impression that I'm not going to select that guy. You understand what I mean? 10 years, a long time. Huh? So last 10 years, he is contacting me with his portfolio. Okay, that's why you need to be very, very careful in putting work online. So Behance, once you put the work, it's gone from your hand. Okay, it is open for the judgment. It is in a public domain. Okay, so we think that, okay, in the initial years, okay, probably I have also done the same mistake because there is a lot of enthusiasm and doing something, creating something. We are in a design field, put everything, and probably this is more in today's scenario where social media and everything is more. At our time when we started, it was not there. Okay, but then whether is it worth putting that work, because you are making an impression and people are making a judgment about your work. Okay, so be careful what you put. Be careful what you put on Insta. Be careful about the quality of work what you put on Facebook, Insta, or Behance, or wherever. Okay, is gone means gone. Okay, somebody have seen it. That means that has made an impression. Okay, and the field is very small. Okay, I know now there are a lot of colleges which are coming up, but still, if the field is small, people know who is working where or who has applied where, what kind of portfolio people have. So is there. So normally people talk to each other and they come to know also. Okay. So be careful. Okay. About your quality. Then the fifth point is making a concise portfolio. As I said earlier also, not to make a big portfolio which will be boring. Okay. You make a portfolio of 10 to 15 pages. Okay. Because this is about quality, not about the quantity. Okay. So for each point, of course, I have mentioned that it is about quality. So don't make it very boring portfolio that, okay, it's going on and on and on. And at one point of a time, the guy will stop it and he will not see it the next. Okay. Because if the attractivity quotient goes down and down and down, you imagine it goes down for 10 to 15 pages, then what will happen for 30 to 40 pages? Then even if there are few slides which are good one, they will be lost in this ocean of 40 pages. So you imagine there are one or two good slides which are representative and which can be a really pull factor. But because the next pages are little moderate or not so good quality and they are longer, then the visual memory of your these 2 points may be diluted. Okay, so be careful. Make very impressive 10 to 15 pages. So that is the point number 6. An impressive and powerful portfolio is better than the lengthy and boring portfolio. So to make each and every page very powerful, which will make a deep impact on the evaluator, because I said there is only a 60-second time. I mean, this is on an average. Okay, because that will help you create a visual memory in evaluator's mind. Okay, going to next. If you are showing work in portfolio, which is a team effort, because I could see that there are some multiple links in whatever portfolio Rohit has sent, multiple owners are there. So I believe it's a team efforts in few of the project. Okay, please emphasis only on your contribution. You're free to show the end results because it's a team efforts, but then mention it. And only emphasis should be given on the contribution, what you have done. Because it will be unfair for the, say, you are a team of 4 and there are 2 designers, 1 digital modeler, suppose, and probably 1 guy who is fabricating it. Okay. So if you have selected sketch of 1 designer, then it will be unfair for the other guy if you show his sketches in your portfolio. Don't do that. Okay. Because with that, we will judge whether you are a team player or not. And also normally in our field, we are facing this problem of authenticity of the portfolios. Okay, plagiarism, where we call. So what we do normally, even if the portfolio is good, if that is impressive, we ask to do a studio test where we actually check the ability to generate the form, sketching style, skills, quality, etc. Because in the past we have seen that people try to copy others' work, put in their portfolio, because we have multiple different departments where few are the designers, few are the modelers. So many of the time it has happened that you have copied a sketch from internet, or the modeler has copied the 3D data from the internet or the rendering and shown. Because if you type rendering about Posh 911, okay, so these days you get data available, renders, material apply, everything. Okay, so these kind of things do happen. So that's why we do a studio test for everybody, not only for designers but for the modelers also. So this is very, very important thing that you put only your authentic work. Okay, and when it is a team project, put your work along with whatever final product is there. Then the 8th point is attention to details. Okay, the presentation and communication of your content is the most effective fashion, in the most effective fashion, because that is the key. Because if you don't do that in that fashion, it is gone. Okay, so we will see that here. You see again the portfolio. We can see the second one. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So you see the selection of the font or the selection of the background image. Okay. Still, I mean, he has lost a bit of contrast here, so I get a little hard time reading it. But okay, fine, I can read the name here. Okay, but he has done a careful selection of the slide also. Okay, in terms of ratio and proportion. Okay. So I see a lot of balance in his slide. Okay, you have a image on one slide, text on other side, but there is an empty area. So he has tried to put one arrow and a small intro kind of a thing written over here. So this makes it complete. It's balanced. So first year, I don't know about your curriculum, but we learned that in the basic of design, the elements of design, principle of design. If you don't apply that, then how we are going to judge you? That means in my mind, we say that, okay, this guy can do a work, but if he is not able to apply that balance, the basic principles, then how he's going to apply it in the product? Okay. So this is how we will see. That's why I was saying the careful selection of the font and proportions and placing the images. So now you see, he has carefully, put the images one by one. Okay, and the thin line. Okay, that has been adjusted, but we will come to that. I don't know whether it's a Shreya or Ritik or Mansi in somebody's portfolio. This particular gap was quite huge. Okay, what you want to show? You want to show 4 product headings with the imagery, but then it's quite nicely done with the proportion. Okay. Plus, he has selected fonts of that particular company or etc. Which is a contrast. You don't read all the 4 in one go, but there is a depth to it. Okay, the first thing you read more differently. The Joseph and Joseph, you read it differently. Okay, but you read it in contrast. Okay. Then he tried to when he's writing solo project, he has tried to use something which is filled one, and then the
font. Your voice is breaking. Can you just?
Yeah. Is it okay now? Hello?
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
It's okay now?
Yeah. So, yeah, now it's better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. Now it's better.
Yeah. He has selected. Maybe it's internet issue. He has selected the fonts which probably suits to his product. Okay. Then again, look at this. The balance. Okay. 3 images put over here, explaining the details in this particular area, and always he has mentioned in a very small proportion about his name and the portfolio, which makes sense, so that you don't read this as empty space. Okay, so it's quite balanced. Okay, I'm not happy with his sketches, but okay, I mean they are quite nicely put in one slide. Okay, then look at these details. Okay, so he has tried to show all the details in this area. Okay, and then the final product which make an impact in this one. Okay, one second. Give me a moment. Then coming to the even the user study, you can see he has carefully selected the imagery, okay, and also look at the placement of the font. So what you want to say was the current. So he has increased the font size over here, okay. Then he has selected another font to say something else. If you do everything in one, then there is no interest in it, okay. So even if I don't go in details, I know what he or she is trying to tell me, okay, with this careful selection of the font. So when I say that there should be a contrast, then these kind of things do matter, okay. Again, he has a pattern which is not similar, okay. So that means if you see how he has placed the imagery over here or here, okay, he has not followed, because then he has used to break the monotonous behavior of the portfolio and tried to put something else, okay. So he has used these 1, 2, and 3 shapes over here to integrate these two and give the emphasis in this slide, maybe to this or to this, okay. They are not there only, just for the sake of it, but to create a balance, okay. So these elements do help them. And what he is telling through that, because it's a CMF, color and material finish, probably he is trying to tell about the gray shades also, okay. I don't know, okay, I haven't gone through detail, but in terms of the balance, it makes sense, the way the images are, okay. All right, okay, so come back. Then we were at point number 8. Yeah, so designer is always designer, and portfolio should say so. So the balance elements of design and principle of design, which I spoke about, that should be visible through each slide, through each element in the portfolio. Then point number 9, very important. You customize your portfolio according to the role, job, or area of work, okay. So for example, if the assignment is for the modeling, because there are a lot of designers who do the modeling also, okay, then your sketches will not win you a job. Your modeling ability will win you a job. And vice versa, if it is for the creative designer's post, then your alias modeler will not work. Many times I have seen creative designers putting a lot of work done in VRED, Maya, etc. Doesn't work, because we have people to do that, okay. The responsibility of you is to create a lot of sketches, a lot of ideas, okay, and which will be judged in your portfolio. If you show me your 3D models, how I'm going to judge on your sketches, okay. So be very specific and customize your portfolio according to the need, okay. If I'm applying somewhere, okay, so maybe I need to put about my management skills, what kind of projects I have done, whether I'm capable of handling all those projects from the beginning to the end or not, okay. Sketches and etc. old work can stay, which can say, okay, I have a understanding of the sketches, but I don't do any sketches anymore, okay. But then my portfolio will be totally different than the entry-level portfolio. So you need to judge what is the requirement. Just don't make one portfolio and keep on sending to everyone, okay. And very, very careful, because I have seen this, okay. People send portfolios to multiple companies or stakeholders. They even forget to change the name in the mail, okay. When I was working in Renault, I get a message that I am very much interested in work in Maruti Suzuki, because the guy has sent portfolio 15 minutes before to a guy in the Maruti Suzuki, but he forgot to change that to Renault. This is very simple mistake. But then whether I'm interested in you, because if you are doing a mistake in that and sending a portfolio to me, then you are creating an issue for you, okay. So these are the very small thing I'm trying to tell you, very detailed, okay, but these are the things which do happen. Then last one is revisit and revisit portfolio, unless and until it comes to a quality, because I am showing you 2-3 examples, okay. They are quite qualitative portfolios in terms of work and the balance, etc. If you're not there, you go to the sketchboard, do it again, get a critic, okay, show it to your friends, your faculties, some industry people, what can be done in that. But don't be afraid of taking all those points. Believe me, I tell you my example. Okay, when I was working in Maruti, okay, and when I started to change my job or looking for the job, okay, I was making my portfolio almost for 2 years, okay, changing it again and again and again, making it an industry standard, okay, even though I had a good amount of experience from Maruti, but that doesn't help if my portfolio is not good, okay. To make it impressive, okay, I was going through all the critic, I was sending to my friends, my industry friends, etc., taking their opinions and making it for almost 2 years, unless it achieved certain level. And believe me, I have changed almost 7 times the proportion of the slide. Okay, and then I came to more landscape kind of a thing, or otherwise I started with same like you, Shreyas or Mansi's or things, slide proportion. Okay, and then you imagine kind of work. You have to rearrange, recreate. Then earlier I was thinking, okay, these are the best sketches. Sorry, no, they are not at all best sketches. So recreate, okay, reject, remove them, okay, recreate, again put it. So don't be afraid, because there is nothing called as first time okay in portfolio. It is a process also, okay, and you have to go through this process. So you visit it multiple times, okay, unless and until it reaches to the best of its quality. Okay, so be open to for the critic. Don't be shy for that. Okay, I hope I try to make a few points which are helpful to you.
I'm sure, Pankaj, those are helpful points. And towards the question and answer round, our students will definitely have some questions to ask you.
Okay, clear. Okay, so okay, the next thing is I have to see these 3-4 portfolios and give you comments. Okay, so we go one by one. Okay, Shreya. Shreya, you there? Shreya Paliwal.
Yes,
She's there.
sir, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. I guess Shreya and Ritik, you have changed your slides than yesterday?
Yes, sir. Actually, they are it's
Okay.
portfolio in process. So
You updated it because I did something and I see now it's changed. Okay, no problem. All right. So now you have a.
Pankaj, when someone as experienced as you looks at the portfolio, the students also, keep ensuring that they work till the last moment to ensure that you are impressed by the work that they've done.
Rohit, I was also working till last minute on my presentation. Okay. Okay. So it's very much peculiar for design. It's fine. Okay. So Shreya, first thing what I want to tell you is you need to choose a right font size. For example, you are showing your name here. It's fine. Okay, it's in bigger thing. But then about your institute address, about your mobile or the same information, same importance, you need to think. Okay, check some of the good portfolios, how they do it. So you may find out that all is not important. Okay, so the font size can change. Okay.
yes,
Okay. And here also in this area. So if I try to see, I don't know what to read at first because all the information is saying same thing to me. Okay. So okay. See then education, then I will see the scholarship, etc. But it all looks same.
Yes.
What is important in this? Okay, so you need to enhance and show what is important. So because it's a lot of text, and frankly speaking, designers don't like to read a lot of text. It's always about memory. Okay,
sure.
So if you show that differentiation, even through fonts, the visual differentiation, then something will be more important than other thing. it's not at all possible that everything in your CV is important. Okay, so maybe your final degree is important. Okay, then your HSC and secondary school can go a little small. Okay, if you are out of these four thing, if something which is the most recent one is important, highlight that. Now you see the title and the text below both are same size.
Yes.
No need. If I show you here, simple example. Okay, Julian. So what Julian has done, his name is bigger. Okay, you see the university name is quite small. His industrial design thing is bigger. Okay, so contact he has made it bigger. These four things he has same. Okay, so he wants to emphasize this, but this can also change. This is small again. So there is a contrast in his first slide. So it's not that what to read. Okay, in this one I see his photo and I see his name as a first thing. And of course, on the right side, I see the skills. Rest information is small. Then, okay, probably I will go and, okay, I will try to read. Fine. Okay. So don't make it everything in a similar fashion. You can change it because then it's too much of information again. See how simpler, not too much of information. So you can cut short. You don't have to write everything probably. Okay, I show you another example. I don't know whether he has a CV. And this is available freely in public domain. You guys are expert. You are Generation Z. Okay, so you are there on social media, on Behance and all. So our times, this kind of information was not available. Okay, so we had a hard time. You know your benchmarks. See, this is what I was talking about. Okay, she has used proper landscape for the portfolio, which makes a big impact. Okay, and now, okay, she has shown photograph also about her education details, but there is some imagery behind it also. Okay, then she has not gone a normal way of putting the font, a little more playful kind of a thing. Of course, the image also, she has tried to cut it in different fashion, or otherwise she can put a rectangular one, which normally other people do. But see, that catches the attention about whether I will see the photograph or I don't see the photograph, but that profile itself catches my attention. Okay, and similar thing she has used here to show her education. These are the very small things. So the designer minds is visible over here. You understand what I am saying?
Yes, sir. I definitely agree completely because it's looking all the same and there's no clear focus. So I'll definitely ensure it's corrected.
If you can do that, that will help you. All right. So resume is done. We are running short of the time. No. It's 5:52. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we could go on. We could extend by some time, Pankaj. That's all right.
Yeah, sorry for it's a little longer. But okay. All right. In this one, this is a new one. This is a new one. It was not there yesterday. Shreya?
It was there yesterday, I think, evening. Yes.
Okay, but then I haven't seen because yours is the first one which I saw it 2 days back. Okay, so this I haven't seen, so I will not comment on this. I will comment on this one. Okay.
So you can be, you can comment on it as you are seeing. So it's perfectly fine for me.
I will comment what the points which I have. Okay.
Okay,
yeah. Boom. Internet is slow. Sorry, it's loading. Yeah. Okay. For this fidget thing, what I find out is this is the final product photograph, Shreya.
So this is just a render. Final prototype is still yet to be uploaded. So
Okay.
yes.
If it is just a render, then what I feel is there should be enough contrast with your background and this one. Okay, it shouldn't get merged with your background. Okay, and don't try to put a full image on the page. Okay, try to have something of this kind, white spaces also a bit. Okay, don't put a whole image. Which is covering everything right from the top to the bottom. It's not considered good. Okay, so you see in this one. Okay, either have a multiple one, or if you want to show a big one, then do something like this, which will have a text on this side and image on this side, because then I will focus on the image. Okay, if you show me something like this, it becomes like this for me. Okay, I don't know where to see. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so if you want to focus on this image, make it little smaller, have a white space in between. Okay, and also between this in the render itself. Okay, that is not related to portfolio, but try to have a contrast between the product and the background. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And because in this particular project, if I have to judge this particular project, how do I judge? Okay, there is a very least information. Okay, you have put exploded view, you have put a final render. Okay, but I don't see any sketches. So if I have to think how you are thinking, I don't have any clue. You understand what I'm saying? So there is no flow in this project. Okay, I would like to see the process. Where are your exploratory sketches, and where are the things which are going ahead? You have at first your final product. Okay, that is fine, but then you need to have exploratory sketches and the process somewhere. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Then this one. I don't know whether it will load. Keep now it's coming. Okay, so you may need to revisit the layout for this compacto. Okay, and again think about the font, how it should be. Okay, the project is nice. Okay, here I like the way you have put, but then the thing which I was mentioning, the gap has become too much. Okay, so the gap should be there just to say that those two images are different and to create a balance. Here it becomes scattered. Okay, like you tried to balance, but you failed to balance. Okay, so carefully selecting that particular gap is very important. Like this, this one, which I showed. This one. So they look as if they are attached and they are they are together. Okay, here also I think the sketches should have come earlier as a process. Okay, and you need to put more efforts to make them better quality. Okay, these kind of sketches may not be well accepted, so you need to put more effort. Probably you have done that earlier and then you have not visited that again. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because you have done other work which is quite nice, but then the basic is missing. Okay.
Basic is missing.
Yeah. So okay, I
Actually,
don't. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm working on presenting those sketches better, so I have not actually put it there at all.
You can have multiple of those, different views, different sketches. Okay, so I little cut short because we are running short of time. I saw this automobile component design in all of the three portfolio, and I failed to understand what exactly you have done. You don't say it's a component design because I see a graphical design pattern which you have done. Okay.
It's more about deriving a form than going into the manufacturing aspect of it.
Yeah, but then it's not a component design. You have just taken in that particular component only one aspect, that how in a lit condition it will look. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not a component design. Huh? Okay. It becomes
Yes,
more graphics. All right.
I should have mentioned in
Yeah.
the
The same in
right.
others portfolio. Okay. So maybe we don't go ahead because we are a little short of time. So I will go to next Ritik's portfolio. Ritik, you are there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Ritik. I see this is good. It's quite acceptable what you have done. Okay, though it's a lot of information. Probably you can see to it how to make it more visual. For example, you can have photographs of those softwares, then writing it. Okay, we all know which software it is, just looking at the logo, correct? So that this becomes more of a visual.
Yeah, sure.
But you have font and I see some balance into it. Okay, in this page also. Okay, doing all these kind of things. Okay, to so that we read from here to here. Okay, so you have done a bit. Here I was saying, try to minimize this distance.
Okay, sure.
So just have a look on the user CD, how it was done in another slide where I showed. I don't know which portfolio it was. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Okay, this is one storyboard. Okay, this is not user, but very nicely done. So similarly, actually, the user thing can be done. I don't know which project it was, but somewhere it was there. Bandwidth. Yeah. Okay. So try to have a more expressive images and placed nicely. I mean, this is not also the best example, but maybe you can, because I don't know where to see. I see a big image behind in background. So you should have diffused that image to enhance the things which are in the front. So I don't read the foreground and background very nicely.
Okay.
So you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where to see and whether I can read that 10 kilometer or 9 kilometer, I don't read it. So try to make it quite a contrasting one. Okay, so we go, yeah, here. I can't read what you have written here. SteamX. Okay, so it has, I mean, if that is the purpose, it's a different thing. But was that a purpose that you don't have to read that SteamX? The color probably what you have used is not correct. Okay, for the letters and the background also, because your image doesn't come out and your text also doesn't come out.
Okay.
Here also I don't read creating mechanisms. I have to see like this what you have written. So don't do that, which is hazy. And I saw one thing in your portfolio, or yeah, it was somewhere. You changed the first page, okay?
Yeah. Like I changed the CV because
You
there was the feedbacks on the.
There were a lot of spelling mistakes, Ritik, in your thing. So spell checks are available. Use it, okay? Because the mistake was there in the word aesthetic, which is the most important word for us. Okay, and the spelling right in your last portfolio. But okay, why I'm saying you will say that I'm going quite in detail, but this is how it is. Okay, so in my mind, I start thinking, I mean, spell check is available for free. Okay, so why this guy is not applying it, or he's casual just to send it? Okay, so these kind of things please avoid. Then. Okay. Same comment as Shreya's. Don't put image so big. Okay, try to make it little smaller, have a white space, make an emphasis. Okay, Ritik.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
because see here, I mean, you don't know where to look at it. I mean, this wire is catching my attention. It's going till that end. That wire is coming from that end. So I don't know where to look at it. So try to bound, have them in one corner or somewhere, multiple images, so that I can see, I can read, and I can make some opinion about that. Here, I'm not able to read that. Okay, so please avoid this one. Going to page end to end. Actually, that is the issue in all of your slides ahead. Okay, please make rework on the sketches. These are the old ones. Don't put these sketches. Okay. So believe me, I think you have an interest in automotive. In automotive, hand sketches are judged, okay, and they have to be at the best quality. Okay? If it is very old work, redo it. Okay, just don't put anything what you have done some point of a time. Okay, it's not going to help. It will affect you negatively. Okay.
Sure.
Here also, the selection of your color for the background and the foreground. These two bags are lost in that. You don't read them. Okay, you have to find whether this is this photograph or this rendered is you have to see with the night vision camera or how. Okay, it's lost. You have to have a contrast. Okay. Okay, so we go to Mansi's probably. Mansi, okay, Mansi, you have the same thing what you had earlier, Mansi, last week?
No, sir, this is different.
You have changed. Okay. Okay. So here, Mansi, again, where do I look?
Sir, I'm sorry, your voice was cut. I didn't hear you.
Where do I look in this CV? Do I look to your photo, or do I look to your name, or do I look to your education? All the fonts are same. Okay, so you need to make a contrast. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, so the good thing what you have done is you have written the name and as well as the the image of that software. But then if you have an image of that logo of the software, the name of that should be smaller. Everybody knows that Illustrator. Okay, because I'm a designer, I use that. I use Photoshop. So you don't have to use the same font once you are telling that through imagery. You understand?
Yes, sir, yes.
So similar to you see on the right side in Julian's portfolio.
Yes, sir.
It's written very small. Okay, so you don't have to make an impression out of that. Every image, every font shouldn't be talking to you. Okay, you need to tell me what I need to read. Okay, you are the boss of your portfolio. Okay, so whatever you will tell me, I will read it.
Okay, sir.
So you need to rework on all the fonts. Okay, roles and responsibilities. You're a designer. You're not going to be MBA to write a lot of information. Keep it very small. Okay. Probably I would like to see more about your internship and about your work than about this placement committee. Okay, that is there as organizational skills, but make it small.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. We go to your work. Yeah, this one. This image you see it's lost in the background. Your background also is little black. Then the color selection of the product is also black. Okay, so you use the contrast, and plus you are doing the same mistake of using the whole board to right from the top to the bottom, using it for the image, which is not okay. All right. These sketches should be smaller, okay, because they are kind of exploratory thumbnails. They should be treated as a thumbnail, not as a big rendering. This is not big renderings, right? Okay. Avoid these kind of things. These are very detailed, I am telling you, but avoid. Okay. So maybe
Yes.
either you put a person over there or something, but don't try to create these kind of things. Okay, it's a little odd.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, here you see the gap. They are not even gap. This is small. This is big. These two images are not even aligned. Okay? And try to have those gaps little minimum.
Okay.
And don't put everything at the center. Balance it out like this.
Okay, sir.
You see this one, this imagery?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can do in a similar fashion, it will help. Okay, and don't try to use always that drop shadow tool from Photoshop. It doesn't work very well. I saw in your portfolio all the time. Okay, I think you like the tool. You have used for your fonts also. You have used for image also, but try to use it very intelligently. Not very dark. Okay, very subtle, and don't use it everywhere. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, same comment for the sketches. So try to balance it out. Don't scatter it. This project is good. I mean, I like the end product. Okay, but then how you are presenting it. The last slide I liked. This one. Okay, it makes the impact. This makes the impact. Maybe color or the shape. I don't know what it is. It's very difficult to explain, but this makes impact. But if you can make this on a landscape mode, okay, you imagine how it will look.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
I mean, it will start looking totally different. Okay, more attractive.
Okay.
And then don't try to do a product photography like this. This is kitchen appliances. I believe this is taken in somewhere in the campus. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not going to help. Yeah, and avoid these kind of things. Small, big, not aligned. Please, this is taken very negatively. These kind of things.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I am sorry, we are running short of time. Okay, so do I see it or same comment for your automobile component? This is not component project. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't go to details now. I think it's enough, and you know what I'm trying to tell you. We can go for question and answer. If you don't think beyond, okay, then innovation doesn't happen. Okay, so even if your product is not viable, at least you have thought something which may be viable after 10, 15 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Try to understand the basic mainly of the portfolio. Portfolio is your mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So how you think and how good you are in terms of your design basics, that is visible through portfolio. Okay, experienced guy will come to know about your skill set, your thought process in fraction of second. He may not be able to judge your attitude. Okay, that will be only visible once you are there, face to face or doing some internship, etc. But the mindset and the visual clarity will come through only portfolio. Okay.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Aman here. I want to ask in how many slides we should end a project in our portfolio? How many slides we should add like for a portfolio?
10 to 15 slides are enough, more than enough.
I was not able to hear you, sir.
Total
Hello.
portfolio should be 10 to 15 slides, Aman.
Okay. Okay.
Not
Okay.
more than that, because if you make it lengthy, then it's a problem.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
make it impressive. The 10 pages.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions, students?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Tanvi here. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes, Tanvi, you're audible, please.
So my question is like, while presenting our project, is it preferable to show the end outcome in the first only because it would have a great impression, or is it better to keep it in the last to keep that curiosity?
No, I mean there are two aspects of it. Okay, so here, am I presenting the screen or not? Let's see. Let me know if you see my screen. You see?
Yes, it's visible.
And so in this, he has taken an approach of showing a partial of it, the end product. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's showing the process. Okay, sketches and the small paper mock-ups. Okay, details. Okay, and then again the final product image and the manufacturing of it, and again the final product. Okay.
Yeah.
So this approach also works very well. Okay, and if you don't want to show that at the beginning, that will also do. But he's not showing completely. He's showing it partially to generating element of interest. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions from anybody?
I think, Pankaj, if there would be any questions, well, our students would also reach out to you offline. It could also be because this was the fourth session that they've attended since morning. And there could be a certain fatigue related to that as well, and I can completely appreciate that. But I'm sure that whenever they require certain kind of guidance, mentoring, they will reach out to you. We would love to engage with you again in more such conversations. But before that, Miral, I'll hand over to you, for the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It was a very insightful and informative session. Thank you, Mr. Pankaj Dhamane, for taking the time to do this and sharing your thoughts with us. We will truly try to incorporate your feedback and build creative portfolios. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, and thanks to Rohit for inviting me for this session. All right.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening ahead.
Good evening. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.